Hey everybody, welcome to Who Gives a Shit. This is a fun prelogue to the episode. CJ, what's going on with you, man?
So this is the type of shit we would normally save for the Patreon, but after talking to Adam and a couple other people, I really felt like I didn't bring a lot to this episode, and I wasn't at my best. And I want to explain to you people why that is, and I'm just really pissed off at college, and that had my mind preoccupied.
So, what's got you so pissed off, dude? Like you've given me like a brief window, but I really don't know much as to what's happening.
So, as everyone knows, and maybe not everyone, but I'm going to school for a marketing degree, and I somehow landed myself in a class that relies entirely on a simulation video game. And I'm not one to be a pro gamer, despite all the gamer words I use. So it's safe to say that I'm not doing good in the class.
So okay, what's this game like? Like, what are you supposed to do? Is it like a point and click adventure game? Like, what type of gaming shit does this game include?
Think of like SimCity, but it's based around marketing principles. So I'll give you an example of how retarded this bullshit is. The one I was doing yesterday, we have to market concerts and sell tickets, right? And you have a ticket number sold goal of 50,000 tickets. And they give you information about the band so you know how to sell it. And I'm going to tell you what I picked based on that information. And I'll give you the information, and then you, Adam, can tell me if I'm in the right or not.
Okay.
This band that we were supposed to market, it is a country band, and it has a demographic of 55 to 88 plus.
Oh no.
Adam, is it safe to say that people in the age bracket of 55 and 88 plus don't have social media accounts?
Yeah, that's pretty safe to say. And if they do have social media accounts, it's probably Facebook.
Well, you're looking too deep into it, buddy. So the simulation does not like divide social media up into Facebook, Twitter, none of that. It's just you have the option of A, promote traditional media, newspapers, radio, TV, or you can just go social media. So obviously
Parlor.
Nobody uses that cringe fest, man. That's a good joke.
55 to 80.
But
so they wanted you to choose traditional media, right?
I do the obvious move of traditional media, and I promote the thing. I give the campaign a name. I'm blanking out on the name I give it, but it doesn't grade you on the name. It grades you on how many tickets you sell. So I set up the promotion. We do newspaper promotions, TV, all the traditional media ones. And I just simulate past the concert to see what my sales are. And I'm at an operating loss of minus 30,000. And there's no indication why, no explanation as to why. So I guess 80-year-olds use Twitter, Adam, according to this video game.
Oh, man. I have no idea how they break that. I mean, at that point, it's just a multiple choice question anyway. Like, how many other slider bars are there to try to manipulate the outcome?
Well, they break it down by demographic. For example, most of the people, if they are 10 miles away from the venue, they don't want to go there. So you can hit a little sidebar that says promote people based on area code, and you can hit all the people that are like within a 5-mile radius, which I did do, by the way, and I still failed. And the heroes at B that are teachers refused to answer an email. I've been waiting on this bitch all day to answer her email so I can try to figure out, I don't know, a fucking cheat code or a power up for this video game.
Oh
so
my god. Yeah, that is kind of like what this is like, because, I mean, back in the yesteryears of yore, like, a ton of, like, regular Nintendo games were impossible to beat unless you knew some weird esoteric secret about them. Like, you had to know how to beat them. Is this the thing?
Maybe there's a fucking Let's Play for this? I don't know. Maybe somebody has figured
These are the days before
out.
Let's Plays, man. No, who would try to Let's Play this bullshit?
I don't know. PewDiePie, if you're listening, if you have ideas for Let's Plays, I could certainly use help on this one, man.
I'm Marketing Simulator Suicide Edition. Like, yeah.
The last game I played was Grand Theft Auto, so I'm quite behind on the video game circuit.
Fuck.
But it's my fucking livelihood is writing on a video game, and I'm very angry about it. And that's probably why this show you're about to hear is going to be pretty lukewarm, at least from my point of view.
Now, I thought it was just fine and that, CJ's being neurotic, but that's going to have to be y'all's call. But either way, that's why CJ might sound distracted up in his mind, so we'll see if that's the case. Y'all.
If there's any gamers out there, please give me a tip so I can get a college degree, because it's literally writing on a video game.
Hey everybody, welcome to Who Gives a Shit, the podcast that asks the most important question.
Who gives a shit?
CJ, man, what's going on with you, dude?
I am the most unlucky person on the planet, I think.
Yeah. How so?
I went to go play cards on Saturday. I did good. I had about a 110 profit. After all was said and done, I gave my 50% to my buddy who was taking me. And then comes Sunday, which is just an absolute shit show. I end up churning a boat, and I lose to a 2-outer for all my money for boat over boat. And I just feel like the most unlucky person on the planet right now.
So, what are the chances of something like that happening?
Well, he had a 5% chance of winning the hand.
Oh, and you got stung with the nets? How much did you lose?
I lost 200 on the day.
Oh, well, it's not that bad. It's not like you lost your wheelchair.
Well, the worst part comes after the day where I did what's called donking. And in a fit of rage, I went on my phone and I lost another 100. And I can't explain how I lost that money. I don't remember any hands. I don't remember where it went. But yeah, it's been a very ugly week for me in terms of gambling. And I'm at the point now where I should probably just rest for at least a month or two.
Well, yeah, get your bearings back or something like that. So you got to the point where you rage gambled? You were blackout gambling?
Oh, yeah, man. I mean, when you get hit with a 2-outer, there's 52 cards in the deck, and I'm not going to call him a motherfucker because I'm actually pretty good friends with this dude, but when a guy hits a 5%er on you, it starts to make you question what you're doing in the game, really, and it'll
Oh,
drive you crazy.
damn. That sucks. Well, I've been having a bit of a struggle of my own, man. So, I signed up for a particular evening, right? I'd been talking with my lady friend, and we've been negotiating what we're going to be doing for the evening. And I got something set up that I was really looking forward to, man. I'm like, oh, you know what I got ahead of me? A kinky blowjob. This is going to be great. But somehow that turned into like a vanilla slam where I ended up working for most of the night. Like I was all spent. I was up past my bedtime too by the time everything was done. I was supposed to get a night of service and I had really exerted myself, man. Look, you got to be careful about these women's, man. They'll get you working whenever you least expect it.
Absolutely, man. I mean, we talked about it before the show, but I'm in a little hot water with my girl because I don't know what her favorite color is and what stupid movies she watches. And it actually it made me come up with a application called Learn Abroad because I thought of this because when you're on Facebook and you say, "Oh, I would really like a pair of Converse," and then the next week or so you just get ads for Converses, so it's obviously your phone is listening to you all the time, right? So I figured, why not put this to good
Right.
use? And the Learn Abroad application, it basically is able to tell when you're out with a woman in a public setting, and uh, it uses the voice recognition and the mic to pick up all the key points in the conversation, and then it'll take notes like what she likes. Let's say she watches shitty Marvel movies, so you're gonna see in the Learn Abroad app, you go under fucking Angela. It says shitty Marvel movies, Billie Eyelash, and she has a friend who makes pottery. And, I think this is a real good application for all the men out there because let's be honest, all these women are the same and they kind of run together. So it'd be a lot easier on us if we had an app to do it for us. And then they wouldn't be mad because they would think you actually remember all the boring shit that they say.
Damn. Um. So how are you going to monetize this, man? Are you just selling the software? Or are you going to have a different monetization platform?
Well, the generic level could have ads because every app has ads
So,
running on it already. And then you can buy what is called Learn Abroad Pro, which would be able for you to set in-depth profiles. Like, let's say she likes hiking, so there would be a category that says outdoors, and it's all the shit that she likes to do outside that'll be written down in her profile. Or uh, friend of the show Rabbit suggests that Learn Abroad Pro has a feature that has an interesting factoid about at least all of her friends, or a couple of them. So you can pretend that you care about her social circle too.
so if that's the case, then wouldn't the platinum version make it so it wouldn't sell your data to the FBI or something?
Yeah, they're probably gonna get to it anyway, but I like that safety blanket. We could get a lot of.
I wish. uh, I did wish there was like a Facebook Platinum or something like that. That you could just opt out of them selling your data. Be like, can I just buy it so you don't sell it to people so it doesn't just get everywhere?
Well, any computer nerds want to help me out with Learn Abroad, call into the show.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah, but by all means, call into the show. Uh, I'll call in at 281-747-6015 and tell us who gives a shit. But let's get into the show proper, CJ. What's the first thing you got for us this week, my man?
I have a I have a wonderful article for you. It's kind of a throwback. This is a 90s resurfaced throwback article. And we're going to kick it off by playing Guess the Outlet. Now, this is
hit me with it.
Typically conservative publication. And the headline is, Monica Lewinsky says, I was used as a scapegoat for Bill Clinton.
Okay. I was used as a scapegoat for Bill Clinton. It's conservative? I don't know. When I think of conservative, I always think of like Fox News. Is it Fox?
Nope. This is the Daily Caller.
The Daily Caller. Okay, so this is 25 years later, and she's what? How is she a scapegoat?
Dude, that's why I'm bringing this in, because I am so tired of Monica Lewinsky, and we're still talking about it. It's absolutely insane. She's not even the first.
I mean, it was a really important dick.
Well, yeah, but she's not even the first, nor is she the hottest intern to suck the president's dick. But,
who was the hottest intern to suck a president's dick? It doesn't even matter, really. I mean, they just wanted to mess with Bill Clinton, and maybe it's that she really wasn't all that. It's like, he's the most powerful man in the world, and look at what he's fucking. Really? You're not even going to go after the
well, yeah, I have a problem with the term scapegoat in this article, Adam. She's more of a scape whale, if you ask me.
Oh.
But, I think this is manufactured for people to give a shit, because really, this article is her promoting her, American Crime Story show on FX.
She's got a show?
That's what this article is.
Then who really does give a shit? I vaguely remember seeing her crop back up like a decade ago, roughly, where she was saying that it was like impossible for her to find a job because of everything that happened. And okay, I kind of feel a little bit bad about that. Other than, she's got plenty of other venues to make money and shit like that. Sure, whatever, her life got ruined for being any semblance of normal, really, but it's not like she's hurting. Shit, she's got a fucking show. I know she wrote a book that ended up getting her a bunch of money. So
the only thing that I noticed about this show is that for whatever reason, Edie Falco is playing Hillary Clinton, and like, she's not even putting on a Hillary accent. It's just like Carmela in sunglasses. Terrible show.
Damn. So she's trying. Okay, so yeah, I don't really care. I kind of cared when it happened, I guess. I was kind of young. Man, I was young when that shit happened. Like, I didn't exactly care what the fuck was going on. And even though I was like, I was fairly young, like, I still knew that people like that got their dicks sucked. Like, I knew that was like something that happened that it was nothing to write home about.
I mean, I wasn't born when it happened, but I remember learning about it in history class, and I didn't give a shit then, and I sure don't give a shit now. And I have a feeling that FX is trying to rekindle the success they had with the OJ show, and I think this is going to be a big flop.
Yeah. Because Monica Lewinsky was never all that photogenic or anything like that. Like, she really wasn't very good at capitalizing.
It's a very funny a very funny side note about this show. The actress that played Monica in the show, she's fatter than Monica is in real life. She's fatter than 90s Monica Lewinsky. I don't know if this is a fat pig empowerment move or if that's the angle they're trying to go for. But
this is their like diversity movie.
tubby.
This is one they got to put in there to check off the box.
I guess. I mean, she's certainly not like the worst looker in the world, but
well, how fat are we talking about here, man?
Dude, the picture of Monica that I remember looking at from that time, she doesn't have like 4 chins. Like, she's just kind of chubby.
Oh, no. So does this actress have, like, weird back rolls or anything like that?
Yeah, this is the type of bitch that would have a Cheeto compartment on the side of her stomach.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Lewinsky wasn't that fat. She was just kind of big. That's fine.
Exactly. So now I'm wondering, is that how she sees herself? Because she is also
they're just ratcheting up the fatness one fucking notch at a time, man. Until you're just... Oh, no. All right, I care even less about this. They're trying to, like, normalize, like, fat hotness. I always get a little miffed when something like that happens.
Yeah, I just see this falling flat on its face. And I brought it in because this isn't an instance where people are going crazy about it and they give a shit. This is entirely manufactured by big fat bitch and journalism.
Well, I am kind of glad that no one does give a shit. It was kind of hard to find anything about this, which was kind of nice, I guess. I am not nostalgic for Monica Lewinsky, I can assure you that, so I don't give a flying fuck about it. But you want to get into to something that I got this week?
Let's do it, bud.
Well, dig this, man. So, here's a headline that I saw in marijuana news. It says, that Delta 8 you bought might be more potent than you think. And there was a bunch of other headlines that were kind of similar, man.
Delta 8, is that fake weed for rich kids?
Kind of, dude. Like, okay, Delta 8, from what I understand, is still like a type of THC. It'll still get you high a little bit, but it's made from hemp, so you can like sell it in a gas station pretty much everywhere. It's like a legal loophole.
Oh, okay. So it's not complete snake oil like CBD.
No.
It does actually have THC in it.
Yeah, it will get you high. Well, so the reason I brought in this article is because for whatever reason last week, man, I saw a big ass flurry of articles that were just basically trying to throw out some anti-weed propaganda, man. And I this is something I track fairly closely because I have a lot of money put up in marijuana stocks. And so all of a sudden I see all these articles, I'm like, what the fuck? Why is this suddenly cropping up? Haven't people got the memo that the writing's on the wall? This shit's going to get legalized eventually. You can stop just making shit up about it now.
Well, nobody tell Joe Rogan he's going to make this article his podcast for the next 3 months. So nobody tell him that there's weed smearing articles out there.
Well, there was more. There was another one that was saying that there like cases of random vomiting and that are like way up from people that are consuming high concentration THC products or something like that. I'm like, what the fuck? They'd also thrown out some random shit about poison control, like acting like that poison control is having an issue. And then on top of that, there was like they had some other random study out there that said it could give you like a heart issue or something like that. All these were right back to back to back. Like each day had a different one. And I'm like, this is fucking weird. What the hell's going on?
What's up, Adam? You don't want to smoke on that OG heartburn, bro?
Well, my who gives a shit is all who gives a shit about keeping weed illegal. The like right now, I think pretty much everyone's attitude about it is that where it is illegal, it's there because it just the law takes a while to change. It just takes them a little while. But
Well, I
this
mean,
notion,
you could make money out of throwing people in jail for weed, so I would assume that the cops and the prisons give a shit.
yeah, they do push it a lot, a whole lot. It benefits them, so they'd rather. I mean, it's messed up though because it's not like they actually make money. They're able to siphon more money out of the government based on this stuff, so they're not even actually making money. It's really at the detriment of everyone else having it illegal like that. But I find it funny because I find it humorous that these people are still trying to just constantly lie about weed and what it is and what it does. As if people don't know. Like, I grew up in the just say no, like, drugs are bad era. And there was so much fucking bullshit about it out there, man. And, like, I always knew it was kind of like that.
Yeah,
But,
dude. I mean, when I was growing up, I remember they would have the Dare talks in the gymnasium, and they had this lie about acid where it would tear holes in your brain if you do it once, and you would have flashbacks for the rest of your life. And
yeah, I've heard that too. And it is strange. And there's all these, like, I don't even know where these studies are exactly coming from. And what makes it very like kind of concerning is they're doing the same bullshit where they're really extrapolating to try to jump to a negative conclusion. Like they had this one about like poisonings are up, and really all it is the number of calls to poison control about edibles are up like a lot from like years ago. But that's because you know, people get are eating a decent amount of the shit and the shit's strong. So they're calling poison control. It doesn't actually mean anything. It doesn't say that people are actually getting harmed or anything like that. They just basically have barely an inkling in a story, and then they somehow get it in like all these like news algorithms. It's really weird to see.
well, maybe the ghost of J. Edgar Hoover is writing all this shit, Adam. I know I've read some funny shit about his anti-weed stance, about how jazz music is from the devil and Negroes use marijuana plants to impregnate your white daughter. It's it's all pretty funny stuff.
Yeah, and really, I do kind of want to know who gives a shit about these types of articles. Like, who are the clinger-ons that still really think that weed should be like illegal? Because it's been nice to see the attitude around that change, like over the last like decade or so. Because it used to be people used to not be as friendly about it, man, and it's really changed quite a bit as of late.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you're a boomer and your daughter is near you to help you figure out how to work a cell phone, call into our voicemail line and tell us why weed is bad.
Yeah, man. Even some boomers are changing their mind because they saw that like CBD will help your joints on the view or some shit like that.
I know
So
one thing, all those bitches on the view could sure as hell use a fat one.
yeah, they're always fucking acting like little harpies about something, man. But yeah, that's really all I got to say about the weed thing, man. You got anything else you want to talk about before we get into a voicemail?
Oh, dude, this is a doozy. So, I have mixed feelings about this one because I started out not giving a shit. And we're not only going to play Guess the Outlet for this one, we're going to play Guess the Country, because this is from a country. Rapper Nicki Minaj tweets false claims about the vaccine enlarging one's testicles. Which country do you think that's from?
Wait a minute. I've heard about this one. Wasn't it like Spain or something?
No. This is from the Trinidad Health Department. Because apparently, Nicki Minaj's cousin got the vaccine, got the Moderna shot, and his balls grew 3 sizes that day. And I guess that caused his woman to leave him and call off the marriage. But originally, I was like, oh, this is just some celebrity giving their opinion. I don't give a shit about this. But then it turned on to a glorious war against journalists. So I don't know if you've seen the image that's going around everywhere, but there is a journalist from The Guardian basically harassing her cousin mafia style. Like, CNN knows where you live, so you better talk to me before anyone else, because we will find you, we will find your girlfriend, and you're releasing misinformation about science, and you have to be hunted down. And what Nicki Minaj did, which is an awesome troll on the journalist, she doxed the journalist that was harassing her cousin, and this just turned into a whole shit show. And now she got the government speaking out against her, and this is wild, man. I never thought Nicki Minaj, of all people, would be sticking it to the globalist.
That's pretty funny. I've seen all these people freaking out on Nicki Minaj and like being like, you can't say this, you can't do that, and then she's like, how are you gonna tell a black woman what to say? And they're like, oh shit, we do kind of be saying that, huh? And
I have a very special tweet for you, Adam. Your favorite journalist.
Is this the one where she gets on Hassan Piker's fucking case?
No, this is better, and I know you're gonna love this, so I brought it into the show just for you. Your favorite journalist, Piers Morgan, got absolutely fucking owned by Miss Minaj this week. So, Piers Morgan called her Little Miss Tantrum and was quoted saying, "I met her before. She's one of the most unpleasant nuisances I've ever had the displeasure of being around." And Nicki Minaj just fucking punts him right into the ground with, "Sir, I've never met you before. I know you think all of us look alike, but that wasn't me." And it wasn't. Piers Morgan mistakes someone for Nicki Minaj, and then called her Little Miss Tantrum, and fucking Black Twitter is not having it, dude, to the point where Piers Morgan had to private his Twitter account and release an apology for what he said, because everybody is accusing him of being racist.
Funny. They already hate him because of this fucking Meghan Markle shit. He's never going to be able to go anywhere black people hang out ever again on the internet.
But it's really, I didn't give a shit about it in the beginning because I don't care when celebrities get their opinion. But when they start making journalists cry in such a really fantastic fashion like this, I have to side with Nicki Minaj. I think it's hilarious that all these well-trusted journalists they're just getting owned and headshotted by a rapper.
Yeah, so The Hassan Piker one was pretty damn funny because Nicki Minaj like talked to Tucker Carlson or something like that, and then Hassan Piker had to tweet out being like, he's a white supremacist, right? And Nicki Minaj just responds to him being like, man, this is all so dumb. It doesn't matter. Like, I'm kind of paraphrasing here, but she's like, oh, if the Democrats tell a black person they gotta like eat marbles, then I guess they gotta do it. And he's like, you don't have to follow like, political party lines, whatever. She was just like talking shit. And it was pretty funny because Hassan Piker was taking a bunch of heat because he bought like some stupid expensive house out in LA when he's like, some bread tuber talking about socialism online. And hearing all these people try to like back his ass at the same time while he's getting bitched out by Nicki Minaj. It was a really weird interaction to see, dude.
Yeah, it was one of the only times I ever saw Hassan Piker get ratioed, which in itself was spectacular.
Really, Hassan Piker doesn't get ratioed? He said that like America deserved 9/11 and shit.
Well, he got a lot of young people on his side, but Nicki Minaj even has the more young Democrats on her side, which it was funny to see a lot of his people going after him.
Oh, like what? Like in the crossover, they're like, "Oh hell no, you can't go after Nikki."
Yeah, I saw
Yeah.
this one tweet that said Hassan Piker just white rage and he's silencing black female voices and
Oh my god.
instantly that person got blocked. I wonder why.
That's
But
pretty funny. Like the whole time that this shit, because this has been hitting my news feeds and like casual news shows that I watch and shit like that. Whenever I hear people like read out loud, like her tweets and shit like that, I can see where in her mind she's going like, "Yes, queen, yes, queen."
and dude, this got so awesome to the point where people were picketing the CDC headquarters outside, twerking the super bass and shit, and calling Nicki Minaj a platinum queen. It fucking rules, dude.
What the hell? Like the didn't Barack Obama say that Nicki Minaj was like the voice of our future or something like that?
I'm not sure. I don't know. I know Obama's pretty close to Kendrick, but I don't know what his relationship with Nicki Minaj is.
Well, anyways, she's. I guess the lesson is don't pick a fight on the internet with Nicki Minaj. Just don't do it.
Well,
I don't think it.
I'm
I don't
really
think it matters what the fuck
impartial.
she's talking about. Just don't really get too much friction with her.
I'm impartial to her music, but I commend her for the uprising because traditionally these would be the people who would go with the vaccine. And now you got people from all different types of demographics starting to question the government. And no matter who you are, if you cause that, I'm going to be on your team. So good on you, Miss Minaj.
Yeah, you're right about that. Um, Yeah, there's some areas where the black population really is, for the most part, unvaccinated, man. Like, and that's what little segment of the population that they don't really talk about in the news as far as like mistrusting, like the government. I've seen it actually crop up a couple of times, but not. They don't really talk about it much overall. And it's not like black people don't have a reason not to trust the government. That like, oh man, there's a whole list of fucked up experimental shit that the government has done on the black populace before.
Well, in my circle, there is a gentleman, a very wise gentleman, who I play cards with, a black gentleman, and he very simply said the government sells crack and menthol to us, so who knows what kind of poison the vaccine had in it. And man, the white people in the room were getting nervous as fuck, man. It was funny to watch.
Yeah. But I don't know. Overall, I'm pretty just like pro freedom about it. I believe that you should be able to make the choice and that people should be able to, like, I don't know, choose for themselves how they want to deal with it. I don't really think it matters all that much.
And
And
really, it's
but
the double-edged sword because the people who are pro-vaccine, they can't shit on these people because they'll be called racist. So they're just eggshelling, and
but they
I'm
but they
even
still
saw,
tried.
I
They
even
still tried this
saw
whole.
that Hassan Piker dude. He was trying to say that black people that think that aren't really black, and they were hypnotized by white people. He was going real buck
What the
breaking
fuck?
about it.
Has he been talking to Tariq Nasheed?
I think so, man.
Okay. Fucking weird. Huh. Man, okay, so they still tried to make sure that they didn't want any misinformation floating around out there. They knew that Nicki Minaj hearing about her friend's cousin's girlfriend's hairdresser getting swollen balls was definitely something you should keep an eye out about. And so they ran around like everywhere in Trinidad and found this dude and, got a bunch of medical people to be like, there are no swollen, impotent balls from this vaccine.
They're dogging the guy and trying to say that he got an STD from cheating on his wife, and that's why his balls are swollen.
I've heard people saying that. Like, uh, it doesn't even matter anyway. Nick, this is just Nicki Minaj making some shit up, fucking freestyle this crap off the top of her head because that's how this bitch probably operates. Like, it doesn't even fucking matter anyway. She probably just just randomly thought that shit together. Whatever. It doesn't fucking matter. Now, seeing people fucking melt down that someone dared talk trash about their precious vaccine was fucking weird. I'll definitely say that.
Listen, if you ask me, it probably is a lie. I don't think the vaccine can make your balls swell up. And it probably is some kind of syphilis, Trinidadian syphilis that we don't know about. But I'm all for twerking outside the CDC headquarters with Yes Queen signs. So the more of that I see, the
Well,
happier I'll be.
yeah, I guess I do give a bit of a shit about that. That is pretty awesome. Well,
That's all I have on this, and like I said earlier, good on Nicki Minaj for doing society's work. Never thought I would say that.
well, let's play our voicemail. So, if you got something if you want to give us a call, be sure to do it at 281-747-6015 and tell us who gives a shit. We got one voicemail this week. This one's kind of long, CJ, so if you want to pause it in the middle, let me know and I'll just pause it.
Hey guys, Blackbread here. Here's a good one for you. So Yahoo News just figured out why people are not wanting to get the vaccine, and they still fucking got it wrong. I read the article, and they're like, "Well, we're trying to decode what they're saying." Expert psychologists have tried decoding what they're saying, and it's, well, I'm not anti-vax, but I am not sure about this one yet. And that's not even quite right with a lot of people. The only reason I'm not vaccinated yet is because I've weighed my options, and I just feel like I'm better off without it.
What? Did you just admit to not being vaccinated? They're coming to van you, dude. The vans are coming to pick you up right now. Fauci beads. All right, let's let him continue here.
You know, what side effects could come with it? I could also just not get, and also just get COVID-19, which, from the people I know that got it, it's like if you had a worse cold. For them anyway. This is anecdotal evidence, of course. I wouldn't rely on that. But if I weigh my options, I'm sure somebody could use it more than I could. Anyway, fucking forget that. The other reason I'm resisting is because I'm
resisting. Oh man, don't do that. They'll tell you to stop resisting. Just keep on whooping your ass, man. That's what they say whenever they just want to keep on beating on you.
I'll let this play out before I give my full take on it. But Captain Blackbread, you're already fucking up by admitting that you're not vaccinated.
All right, let's let this play.
I kind of want to stand up for people's freedoms to actually fucking decide whether or not they want to get it before they force it onto people. So we need people to do that. We need people to stand up for that. But fucking Yahoo News just discovered that? No, they fucking didn't. That's stupid. Nobody's that fucking stupid. Of course, George Carlin was once quoted as saying, take the stupidest person you know, and then think about that for the rest of the population. Or was it that it was, or the rest of the population was even dumber? I don't quite remember. It's been a while since I've seen that bit. But anyway, that's it. Yahoo News just now figured that out. Sort of. Anyway, that's that. Catch y'all later.
Later, Blackbread. Hey, what was the bit? Something like think of the dumbest motherfucker you know, and remember that's average.
I'm gonna say this to Captain Blackbeard and everyone who thinks they have to stand up against the vaccine. You don't, because they're gonna force it on you anyways. All you have to do is lie. Just say you're vaccinated. There's no such thing as the vaccine card.
So
no government worker.
I don't
no
exactly
government worker in the world
or anything, but I do take my privacy seriously. So if it's no one's business, I just don't want to answer, and I'll refuse. And on top of that, I'll shut down that topic in conversation. I've done that several times because I've known people and how they bring it up and when they want to bring it up politically. And I'll just be like, I don't really like talking about it because it's nobody's business. And if people try to act like they can make it their business, I'm just like, I just don't want to talk about it. I'll shut it down fucking quick.
Just say that you're vaccinated. No one's going to ask for proof. Nobody cares enough to see if you have a vaccination card. Government workers don't do their job anyway, so they're not going to take the extra step to do their vaccine card. Just lie, and you can get all the proponents that people who are vaccinated get without actually becoming retarded. You have to fake it till you make it.
It's easier to ask for forgiveness than it is to ask for permission. Well, if you got to go that way. But
I would say go that way. I've been doing it to my college already. I'm definitely vaccinated.
In Minecraft?
I totally have a vaccine card.
Oh. Okay. Well, let's get out of the voicemails and get into the last thing that we're talking about this week, which is what I'm bringing in. So, this is the title to a YouTube video from one of my favorite like liberal douches that I use to kind of keep my finger on the pulse of that type of group, from David Pakman. So here's the title of his video. Marjorie Taylor Greene's new ad is Fascist Propaganda 101. So, do you remember Marjorie Taylor Greene?
I do not.
Oh, come on, she's the best. We talked about her before on Yahwehzilla. She's the one that thinks that there's like Jewish reptilians that live underground that are like controlling the Illuminati or something like that.
And we've talked
She's
about
in like
this
the
guy
House of
before?
Representatives. She was in the QAnon Into the Storm like documentary that she's now in
Oh,
like House
that
of
guy.
Representatives. Well, she's this crazy broad is making political ads, and at the end of it, she fucking raffles off a fucking 50 cal BMG, man.
Oh, yeah. She had my vote already.
So this ad is actually pretty lame. She's like, I'm protecting America, and you know how I'm doing it? And then a couple camera pans, and then she's got a fucking rifle that she's pointing at a Prius that has socialism written on the side of it, and then she shoots this gun, and this car like blows the fuck up like it's an FPS Russia video. He's like, I'm Marjorie Taylor Greene. Go to my website and enter the chance to win this raffle. She's got like something where you can like
see the cringe, and I'm visualizing the cringe right now.
Now, to her credit, man, she did blow the fuck out of this car. Like, this was no weak dick explosion, dude. This was actually a pretty satisfying explosion. So I'm really not mad that much at the end. I'm more surprised that they're acting like this is like fascist. I keep on hearing people say this word, but I do not think it means what you think it means, you know?
Well, people that use that word normally have no idea what it means.
Even people that know what it means can't explain it to everybody else because no one knows what it fucking means, dude. But, okay. Is it fascist? No, it's just stereotypical fucking Republican political ad. They do this shit all the time. Where they'll be like, oh, you see these fat cats in Washington, they'll throw some shit out there and shoot it with a gun and be like, I'm blowing away the competition. How many times have you seen that?
When everybody's favorite superhero, Captain Hook, Dan Crenshaw, jumped out of an airplane on a green screen. I don't know if you've seen that ad, but it's definitely super badass.
No, I haven't. I kind of liked when he was running, I kind of liked Dan Crenshaw as far as like a politician was concerned. But then, realized the dude was a politician, that immediately makes him a scumfuck and a loser.
Well, yeah. He lost his eye, so he's gonna take your guns away from you, but it won't be hard to get away from him because he's got that one-eyed vision. So just put your gun in your...
Careful, CJ. You got to be careful. If you say shit about Dan Crenshaw, they're going to make you apologize to him on Saturday Night Live.
Here's my tip for you. Put your gun in
your ass.
Put your rifle in your left hand, and it'll be safe from Dan Crenshaw. He won't even know it's there.
Oh, God. Well, he'll just get Nick Fury to help him, man, because doesn't Nick Fury have the other eye out? And collectively, they'll be able to see the full picture. I kind of hope that this crazy bitch gets reelected too, man. Like, I don't give a shit about the political ads they're showing and crap like that because, I'm never going to see them. If it wasn't even noteworthy at all, I wouldn't have even seen it. It's actually kind of funny, to be honest. And having this crazy bitch in the house that actually makes it kind of newsworthy every now and then because at least she'll say some crazy shit to people from time to time.
The way
Jewish
I see
space
it
lasers.
is she's the country version of AOC, and I don't see anything wrong with that.
Yeah, she will just randomly scream at her across the room and shit like that. Like, that's kind of funny. I'm still holding out for the Marjorie Taylor Greene AOC debate, dude. I'd love to see that shit.
Oh, yeah, man. She was in the airport looking fine as a bottle of scotch. And nice. It's very funny with Marjorie Taylor Greene because she's very anti-mask and shit on the television. But what I noticed in the airport video And as soon as the TV camera left and there wasn't anyone on her, she just put her mask right up again. People were
Well,
taking
path least
pictures of
resistance,
that,
right?
making pretty good memes.
Yeah, well, that's the point of a politician being a shrewd operator. But let's get out of that and into our favorite segment, man. To catch a Redditor. So this is what Reddit's got to say about the Monica Lewinsky.
From r/Today I Learned, Alan Smithy 94 writes, she got a $12 million book deal. That's more money than I'm going to make working for the rest of my life. I think she's doing okay. I Sniff Panties writes, suck my dick. There's a future in it. Studio Ghost writes, yeah, but as Ariana Huffington said, there's a lot of women in D.C. who would have sucked the president's cock and kept their mouth shut about it. No one hires a tattletale.
Reddit's right about that. Nobody likes hookers that gossip.
Yeah, and she did keep the dress with the stain on it. It's like, why else would you have that? Just to roll on someone. She's the type of chick that's going to roll on people.
Well, couldn't you tell that? She'd got a lot of rolls on herself as is, Adam.
Oh, got her. All right, so let's see what Reddit has to say about Marjorie Taylor Greene.
From r/Politics, Derelict Donkey Engine writes, just deactivate her account indefinitely. She's not going to stop, and each time you suspend it for a week, she just screams and uses it to fundraise. Darkness writes, cancel culture is the conservative talking point equivalent to, anyway, here's Wonderwall. Twilight Sky writes, she's getting paid to tell dangerous lies that are getting people killed, and you're treating it like she made a Yo Mama joke.
Dangerous lies that are just getting a bunch of people killed. Like,
did Vito write that one?
no shit. Why are you dragging Vito into this, huh?
I guess I can be kind of a blue-pilled beta cuck at times.
Oh, thanks, Vito. Okay. Let's see. This is what Reddit has to say about all the marijuana.
From r/AskReddit, Slider728 writes, the only barrier I have to supporting full legalization is that as far as I know, there's no quantitative way to measure impairment. Alex the Great MC writes, I'm not anti-marijuana, but I'm very pessimistic about its legalization, because I used to smoke weed and nothing good ever came from it. Maybe under the right context it's fine, but I don't want people under the influence to be in public often.
What a fucking
Man,
nerd.
can you believe those fucking killjoys?
What a nerd. Alex. Smoke weed.
I don't know. The shit that people say as to why they don't like it are so fucking lame. They're like, look, we can't properly breathalyze people that are smoking weed, so it should stay illegal. Why? Why you want to give cops more leeway to sit there and fuck with you while you're in transit? Just make it harder for them to fuck with you so that you can just go on your merry way. No one wants to see a cop in transit.
Mr. Context, just save some of the pussy for the rest of us, please. I'm tripping in it with that vocabulary.
Look, I just don't want to see people in high in public all the time. Like, oh, sorry to inconvenience you, man. I'm sure that you just look around and everywhere you look, you just see people that are sober all the time. All right. So let's see what they have to say about Nicki Minaj and the COVID balls.
From r/Quit Your Bullshit, Normani Styles writes, very interesting she all of a sudden becomes vocal around the time her husband pleads guilty to not registering as a sex offender, and she's being served for intimidating, harassing the victim of his sexual abuse. My little Pinky writes, she probably got denied going to the gala because she's not vaccinated, and then lied about her not wanting to go.
Wait, what's this whole shit about her fucking being with some dude that's a sex offender? Who has offensive sex? Who sex offends me, man?
I mean, if you're having sex with Nicki Minaj, it's probably gonna be offensive.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, you might as well buy a fleshlight, right? I mean, that's about how...
There's less silicone in the fleshlight, Adam.
Ugh. Oh, God. And, the Nicki Minaj story is pretty funny because the people that aren't getting vaccinated because of something that Nicki Minaj said are already lost causes. They're just not going to get it for whatever reason. They're just making shit up at this point.
Well, that was To Catch a Redditor.
Yeah, so that gets us towards the end of our episode. So, by all means, check out our Patreon at patreon.com/WGA Shit Show. We recently recorded a bonus episode with Catfish. That'll be going up soon. We reviewed a fucking Larry Lawton video, and that was fucking terrible, man. Like,
if you want to see a mushmouth read
I really
rape
fucking hate
statistics,
this guy.
It's out on Patreon.
Yeah, and if you really need some affirmations about, like, being gay or something like that, yeah, just listen to this fucking bean-headed moron carry on about how much he sucks gay dick or what the fuck ever, dude. Like, God, that was fucking lame. Also, I should be going on Roast Mortem Cast sometime in the near future. Finally touch bases with those guys. So, Roast Mortem Cast is also a fantastic show. Also, check out Not for Human Consumption, nfhcpodcast.com. They're another great and underrated podcast that are out there. You got anything you want to plug there, CJ?
I got nothing this week. Yeah. If you haven't watched Not the Norm, like I told you to last week, Google that YouTube channel, and you'll have a good 24 hours.
Well, all right. That's pretty much all I got for you this week. See ya.
Stay horny, everyone.